On to the next gig, this time flying across the country to San Diego, working again for Adam Kalinowski. Lucky that I can keep servicing as a DP for him, but I'm very excited for the new crew member that we will be working with. More on him later, but how do I find these contractors? How do I get hired? It's through networking. That's why I host these Morefield meetups. It's for people to actually connect and not do it alone. So I'm very excited to pair up with John Waldman. He's been a major player as I've put this together. But if you're not in New York, I'm doing a back-to-back. I'm going straight over to Atlanta. I've hosted there before. It was a great time, and I've gotten so many requests to do it again. The amount of benefit that I see through these meetups is insane. So Eventbrite link is down below. Again, it will sell out. I will see you guys there. Couldn't think of a better spot for a pre-production meeting. There's Adam now. I don't normally see a case full of lenses, but we're going to take full advantage of them, specifically the primes. If you know me, I'm always on zooms, either my 16-35 or my 24-70, the Sony G Masters. I like them. They're great. They're very versatile, very functional. However, on this one, Adam decided to rent gear from a local guy. So he brought all of the stuff that would have made traveling with it be annoying, besides cameras. Using his dual FX3 setup like always. Every time I post myself working for Adam, I get a ton of people saying, oh, you switched to FX3s? Nope, they are his. And I can't argue between both of those being a great system. This is a really cool workflow system. Adam is wirelessly monitoring, showing his clients, and just using the Hollyland transmitters on his port keys. We were shooting this commercial in 35 for a lot of the shots, but I asked him, can we go to 50? I think would really help. And man, did it make a difference. I mean, the dog couldn't have been a better actor. He landed his mark perfectly multiple times. It's really got me thinking about wanting a 35 and a 50. So these are the frame suggestions. So that was just an exam room. This was the endoscopy room. I like that one. So I take a lot of notes from Adam and how he runs his business. This montage scene was something that he built up in pre-production that was a way to get across that there's a lot of different employees looking out for you. So his idea was having multiple people stand in the same area and we can just fade cut or just hard cut between each of them very fast. And the way he was going to implement this to make them line up perfectly is with this screenshot overlay function that the port keys has. And it worked perfectly. Without a hitch, I was able to line up the exact eye line and just make matching 7-8 people so much easier than if I had to eyeball it. No.
Can you change this to scene 2, take 1? I love it.
Yeah. I'm going to make a full video in the future, but here's a precursor to it. Is it worth going above and beyond for a client? Like, does it actually help you in the long run? And my argument that I'm testing, or my thesis, is that it does, if the conditions are right. So conditions right would be you go above and beyond, providing extra thought, extra creativity, extra support. And if that's received, and then you can build that back into the quote on the next one, then you can start growing. The opposite of that would be you go above and beyond, the client doesn't notice, or they notice and they try to get more from you for free on the next one, and it's a taking relationship. But for the businesses that go above and beyond, I do think the extra effort they give over the long run puts them in a better position than the ones who only meet expectations and do not move an inch further.
Game on, dude.
Game on. I think it's the Scientology building. Probably the biggest hurdle with this job is this is a live veterinary emergency hospital. So if they need the room, if they need the technicians, the doctors, our storyboard, our shot list, it doesn't matter in that moment. They have to act as a real hospital. So we take what we can get and try to accommodate the shot list and all the expectations that have been set beforehand. It's very fun to be in this situation. I always like filming in new shoots, like new locations. That's probably one of the things that I love most about this career is I'm always in a new place, talking with experts in their field, and it's always changing. I don't own a 600D, so it's always fun to use one. In this case, there wasn't enough room camera right to put the softbox. It was going to be in the doorway. So I decided to bounce it off the neutral wall color and get some direction and get some spread. I really like how it came out. And I was using the ND tinted gel on the actual sliding doors that kind of helped cut light. But like I said, this is not my light. This belonged to a local guy named Jim, and we met him in a fun way. Because I post on YouTube, Alberto Mendoza followed me on YouTube. We connected. I found out he was a San Diego local. We were going to hire him. He was unavailable, and he recommended his buddy Jim. And during Adam's pre-pro call, I got to learn a little bit about what he does. He mentioned he used to film skateboarding, and I was like, oh, cool. Ever work on any full-length skate videos? And he said, yeah, Osiris. This guy has worked on a video that I had in my DVD player and played over and over and over again. Literally one of my favorite videos, and now we get to work together. Never thought that would happen. Never thought he would already know who I was from my YouTube channel, and we get to connect. So I say it all the time, but YouTube is a cheat code. If you enjoy the process, it opens up so many possibilities. All right, wait for the doors to close. Okay, and then neg up. So Jim was a great addition to the team. He just stepped in as a PA and brought a ton of gear, which made our job way easier. And I think Adam liked that as well. But he also has his own productions, his own business, handles San Diego, a good local hire to know if you're going to be in Southern California. It definitely made our job easier. You know, just traveling with tons of gear, it's possible. It's easier when you can pick it up once you arrive to the city. Speaking about San Diego in general, what a nice place. I was born in California. My brother's in Long Beach right now, and I've been to San Diego twice in the last year. Every time I leave there wondering, should I make the move? So what would change? Cost of living would go up. Housing would go up, state income taxes would apply, and overall just make things a little harder financially. And it doesn't seem like the rates are that much different than what I have in Orlando. So it'd be a lot of extra financial strain, but with a ton of environment and culture upside. The weather change alone would be a huge difference. So we're not even back in Florida yet. Adam's already looking at footage, cutting up dailies, and I'm pretty happy with how some of these shots turned out. And that concludes the video portion of this vlog. I've been traveling so much. I haven't been able to attend my MMA classes, but I was able to make it this week. So this is just an uncut, raw round of me and some guy who's probably got, 20, 30 pounds on me, a few inches. And I'm just like relearning everything because I haven't been here in so long. So I'll give some loose commentary. That was a little hook jab. As a smaller guy, I got jabbed in the face right there. I have to kind of work my way in. I can't stay from the outside because my arms are shorter. So I have to intentionally cross the void and go into his space. And I actually like that because I don't do that in life that often. I do kind of sit on the outside and pick my shots of what I want to do. But literally in fighting, I have to kind of lunge in. And I like that because it forces me to become aggressive. And that's just against my nature. I'm much more chill, laid back. And this is a fun change to that. So footwork is wild, striking's all over the place, but I really do like MMA.